Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. By the end of this lesson, you'll have a solid grasp of triliteral root verbs in Arabic, insha'Allah. So make sure you watch until the end. In this lesson, I will focus only on the construction of verbs. I'll make a separate video on how to apply the concepts we have learned so far. Let's do a quick recap of what we covered in the previous lesson. We learned about the types of verbs, how to form verbs using the word fi'al as a template. We learned about the extra letters that are attached to al-fi'l al-mudari', which are hamza, noon, ya, and ta. And we learned the conjugation of one of the past tense patterns, which is fa'ala, on which we conjugated the verb nasara. So let's begin today's lesson. Bismillah. We learned in the previous lesson that there are 6 sections known as Bab of triliteral root verbs based on the vowel that is haraka on the second radical, which is the middle radical known as Ainul Fi'l in Arabic. These 6 sections are fa'ala yaf'ulu, fa'ala yaf'ilu, fa'ala yaf'alu, fa'ila yaf'alu, fa'ula yaf'ulu, and fa'ila yaf'ilu. As we understand, a verb in Arabic should be on one of the following patterns. The possible patterns for fi'l madin are fa'ala, fa'ila, fa'ula, and for fi'l mudari' yaf'ulu, yaf'ilu, and yaf'alu. In the previous lesson, we learned the conjugation of the pattern fa'ala, on which we conjugated nasara. Now, let's take the next pattern, which is fa'ila, with a kasrah below its second radical. Keeping that in mind, let's start. As mentioned in the previous lesson, in Arabic, verbs are conjugated according to number, that is, singular, dual, and plural, and according to gender and perspective from which a sentence is spoken, that is, first person, second person, or third person. Let's start from third person masculine, which is fa'ila for singular, fa'ila for dual, fa'ilu for plural. Now, for third person feminine, fa'ilat for singular, fa'ilata for dual, and fa'ilna for plural. As you see, here we see sukoon on the third radical, and this will go from here until the end. Now, for second person masculine, fa'ilta for singular, fa'iltuma for dual, and fa'iltum for plural. And for second person feminine, fa'ilti for singular, fa'iltuma for dual, and fa'iltunna for plural. And now for the first person, both masculine and feminine, we have fa'iltu for singular, fa'ilna for dual, and fa'ilna for plural. Now, let's take the root letters Ain, Lam, Mim. And when they follow the pattern fa'ila, they become alima. And its masdar is ilm, meaning to know. Now, let's conjugate this verb, which is alima. And we get alima, he knew, alima, they too knew, alimu, they knew, alimat, she knew, alimata, they too knew, but female, alimna, they knew, but female, alimta, you knew, alimtuma, you too knew, alimtum, you all knew, alimti, you knew, this time female, alimtuma, you too knew, female, alimtunna, you all knew, female, alimtu, I knew, علمنا, we too knew. علمنا, we knew. So this was the pattern فعل, on which we conjugated the verb علم. Next is فعل, with a dhamma on its middle radical. Keeping that in mind, let's conjugate it quickly. Starting from third person masculine. فعل, فعلا, فعلوا. For feminine, فعلت, فعلتا, فعلنا. Now, for second person masculine. فعلت, فعلتما, فعلتم. For feminine, فعلت, فعلتما, فعلتن. And now for first person, both masculine and feminine. فعلت, فعلنا, and فعلنا. Now, let's take the root letters Shin, Ra, Fa, which must follow the pattern فعل. So we get sharufa, and its masdar is sharaf, meaning to be honorable. Now let's conjugate this verb. We get sharufa, he was honorable. Sharufa, they too were honorable. Sharufu, they were honorable. Sharufat, she was honorable. Sharufata, they too were honorable but feminine. Sharufna, they were honorable but feminine. Sharufta, you were honorable. Sharuftuma, you too were honorable. Sharuftum, you all were honorable. Sharufti, you were honorable but feminine this time. Sharuftuma, you two were honorable. And Sharuftunna, you all were honorable but feminine. Sharuftu, I was honorable. Sharufna, we too were honorable. And Sharufna, we were honorable. So this is the pattern fa'ula, on which we conjugated sharufa. Now let's move to fi'l mudari', taking the first pattern, which is yaf'ulu, which has a dhammah on its second radical. Let's have a division according to number, which is singular, dual, and plural. In this conjugation, we'll use the pronouns with their respective verbs, starting from third person masculine. Huwa yaf'ulu, for singular. Huma yaf'ulani, for dual. And hum yaf'uluna, for plural. Now for feminine. Hiya taf'ulu, for singular. Huma taf'ulani, for dual. And hunna yaf'ulna, for plural. Now for second person masculine. Anta taf'ulu, for singular. Antuma taf'ulani, for dual. And antum taf'uluna, for plural. And for feminine, anti taf'ulina, for singular. Antuma taf'ulani, for dual. And antunna taf'ulna, for plural. And now for first person, both masculine and feminine. Ana af'ulu, for singular. Nahnu naf'ulu, for dual. And nahnu naf'ulu, for plural. If we take away the pronouns, the meaning of the verbs remain unchanged. Now let's take the root letters nun, sad, ra, which follow the pattern fa'ala, yaf'ulu. So the verbs we get are nasara, yansuru, and its masdar is nasrun, meaning to help. We have already learned the conjugation of the pattern fa'ala and nasara as well. Now let's conjugate its mudari', which is yansuru, which goes as follows. Yansuru, he helps. Yansurani, they to help. Yansuruna, they help. Tansuru, she helps. تنصران, they to help, feminine. ينصرن, they help, feminine. تنصر, you help. تنصران, you to help. تنصرون, you all help. تنصرين, you help, feminine. تنصران, you to help. And تنصرن, you all help, feminine. أنصر, I help. ننصر, we too help. And ننصر, we help. So this is how verbs on the pattern يفعل are conjugated. And we conjugated the verb ينصر on it. Now let's take the second pattern, which is يفعل with a kasrah below its middle radical. Let's conjugate it quickly because it is now clear how the conjugation works. The conjugation will go as follows. يفعل, يفعلان, يفعلون. تفعل, تفعلان, يفعلن. تفعل, تفعلان, تفعلون. تفعلين, تفعلان, تفعلن. أفعل, نفعل, and نفعل. Now let's take the root letters ضاد, را, با, which follow the pattern فعل, يفعل. So the pattern of these verbs we get are ضرب, يضرب, and its masdar is ضرب, meaning to hit. At this point, we should be able to conjugate its past form, which is ضرب, which is on the pattern فعل. Let's take its مضارع, which is يضرب, and conjugate it. So we get يضرب, he hits. يضربان, they too hit. يضربون, they hit. تضرب, she hits. تضربان, they too hit, but female. يضربن, they hit, but female. تضرب, you hit. تضربان, you too hit. تضربون, you all hit. تضربين, you hit, but female. تضربان, you too hit, female. تضربن, you all hit, but female. أضرب, I hit. نضرب, we too hit. And نضرب, we hit. So this is how the pattern يفعل works. And we conjugated the verb يضرب on it. I hope that's clear without any confusion. I leave the final one for you, which is يفعل, on which you'll try to conjugate يفتح, meaning he opens. Now the question is how to memorize the 6 patterns of triliteral root verbs and never forget them. The solution to that is you need to memorize just one pattern for each section. And in the next video, I'll show you how to use these sections to understand the pattern of any verb. For now, let's have a look on the recommended patterns you need to memorize. For the section فعل يفعل, on this pattern we have نصر ينصر. For فعل يفعل, we have ضرب يضرب. For فعل يفعل, we have فتح يفتح. For فعل يفعل, we have علم يعلم. For فعل يفعل, we have شرف يشرف. And for فعل يفعل, we have حسب يحسب. If you have made it this far in this lesson, I have an announcement for you. I have created a Telegram channel where I'll be sharing a PDF document for each lesson, explaining the concepts with examples. If you are interested, you'll find the link in the description. Okay, now let's understand how it works with a simple example. Let's assume you came across a verb قتل, meaning he killed, but you don't know if its مضارع is يقتل or يقتل or يقتل. When you go to the dictionary and search the word qatala, you'll find it mentioned there that this verb is from bab nasara yansuru. And you'll be able to say that this verb is on the pattern qatala yaqtulu. Now, there is an interesting point regarding bab fataha yaftahu to be aware of, which is most of the verbs which have either the second or third root letter as a throat letter belong to this group. Throat letters in Arabic are called huruful halq, which are hamza, ha, ain, ha, ghain, kha. This means that if one of these six letters comes as second or third radical, there are more chances of that verb belonging to bab fataha yaftahu. Following are a few examples. Fataha yaftahu fathun, meaning to open. Sa'ala yas'alu su'alun, meaning to question, to ask. ذهب يذهب ذهاب, meaning to go. In the first example, we have ha as the third radical. And in the second example, we have hamza as the second radical. And in the third example, we see ha as the second radical. Now, an interesting point regarding bab sharufa yashrufu. That is, all the verbs that belong to this section are intransitive. Contrast that, other five patterns contain both the transitive as well as intransitive verbs. The intransitive verb in Arabic is called al-fi'lul lazim, and the transitive verb in Arabic are called al-fi'lul muta'addi. I have explained al-fi'lul lazim and al-fi'lul muta'addi in one of my previous videos. And last but not the least, for the plural of non-human nouns, that is jam'u ghayri aqil, the verb used is third person singular feminine. For example, جلس الكلب تحت الشجرة. The dog sat under the tree. And when we have plural of al-kalb, which is al-kilab, we'll use the third person singular feminine form and we say جلست الكلاب تحت الشجرة. جلست الكلاب تحت الشجرة. The dog sat under the tree. Okay? Finally, let's have a look at a verse from Surah Al-An'am, verse 3. وهو الله في السماوات وفي الأرض يعلم سركم وجهركم ويعلم ما تكسبون. In this verse, we see two verbs. Number one, يعلم, which is from the section علم يعلم. This section is named after this verb, and its masdar is ilm, meaning to know. So, يعلم means he knows. Then we have sirrakum, which is mudaf wa mudaf ilayh, and sirra is mansub because it is the object, and kum is second person plural pronoun. So, sirrakum means your secret. Then we have wajahrakum. Again, this is mansub because it is the second object, and its meaning will be your known about. So, يعلم سركم وجهركم means he knows your secret and known about. Then we have يعلم again, meaning he knows, and at the end we have تكسبون, which is from the section ضرب يضرب. So this verb's pattern is كسب يكسب, and its masdar is kasb, meaning to earn. So taksibun is the second person plural, meaning you all earn. So one of the translations of this verse is, and he is Allah in the heavens and the earth. He knows your secret and what you make public, and he knows that which you earn. And with that, I end my lesson. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and learned something new from this lesson. Make sure you like this video, share it with others, and thank you for your support. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.